So let's actually do a live testing session today about the New York game session. So going into the day, what am I looking here? We're just about to open up here. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, I literally see nothing going on into this level. Okay. As we close through this level, I can look to see us forming a fair value gap. So 1 hour time frame, I'm not nothing. One thing that I'm looking here, we got FOMC coming. So I'm being cautious here. Like we can see some form of accumulation or maybe distribution depending on where price is going on. One thing that I'm looking to see is that we have entered we are very extreme, literally quite below to the previous day value area, and we kind of now jumped back inside the previous day value area. So taking any reversal or taking anything, I had to be cautious. The price has come into a balanced range. Okay, so the main good reversals will come below the previous days below value or previous day above value, like above here or above here. Okay, that's a general rule of thumb. So going into the day, let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Multiple fair value gaps. Looking at the 30-minute, there is two fair value gaps. Okay, one is here, one is here. So most likely I can wait the 30-minute first 30-minute here to see this fair value gap get formed. Then I will able to have a much better idea about what exactly price action can do, right? What am I looking to see here right now is to this fair value gap formed. We then tap as fair value gap formed, we tap us in, we respect it, and on the basis of this one's respectance and disrespectance, I can understand the further drawn liquidities, right? But some basic primary drawn liquidities are like uh, let me delete this one. Drawn liquidities will be one will be this fair value gap. Okay, one will be this tiny fair value gaps. These tiny fair value gaps are pretty aggressive, pretty something. This kind of tiny fair value gap. One would be today's London session. See, this is this much amount of tiny fair value gap. Look at the amount of displacement or amount of significant push to the upside came out of this level. Okay. So 15-minute right now, it's hard to say. There is so much multiple uh, things going on around here, so it's hard to say which one to pick up and which one is eventually gonna work out or not. And it's a bit off to understanding the respectance and disrespectance here, right? So I might actually let this 30-minute candle settle down here. Exactly. Otherwise, I can be inside the chop. So the first 30-minute, I will look. I'll just wait and look to see what's going on, right? Here you got the 5-minute, 15-minute, hourly. You got the 5-minute here. You got the 15-minute here. My next chart, and this is the 30-second, 30-minute. You got the 15-minute time frame. You got the 5-minute time frame, so I don't miss out important internal levels. And yeah, so going into the day, the plan is first 30-minute wait for what price action end up showing. We have nothing that we can work on with right now. Okay. You need to have a higher time frame idea to understand what can possibly happen. Now you can say maybe this 30-minute fair value gap get respected. What can happen? Okay, price, you might see that price come here. Okay, and you see that price kind of displacing higher. Okay, by this time 1 hour candle closes, and now 1 hour will come to retest this fair value gap. So that's when you will get stopped out. So it's better to wait and watch. Let the first 30-minute depends on what conditions we are at. Now for this condition, uh, letting go the first 30-minute seems authentic to me. Okay, otherwise we can also chop around this level, slow push move, letting the fair value gap formed, and then everything. One thing I would like to see into the footprint chart anyway, we broke through this level, we broke through this fair value gap, this tiny little fair value gap as well, where we are right now kind of retracing back in, this tiny fair value gap here. This one kind of getting rejected from here. Looking at the 5-minute time frame, hard to say. Okay, Now, as it displays through, I would like to say the footprint chart here. Very amazing breakout. Let us make it like 12 or 13 or maybe 14 with 1 hour chart. So what you are seeing here, very light colors. Okay, heavy delta, like this one has a 1.3k heavy delta, nice volume and nice big candle. So this is a perfect example of breakout. Okay, first thing, during this time let me explain this thing. Understand what is my shift in structure, what is my reversal model is anyway. I would like to see some form of, I would like to see some form of, let's say, I would like to see something like this, right? So here, what am I doing exactly? I am looking to see a breakout. I am looking to see a breakout of this level for us to confirm this level is getting invalidated. On the perspective of that, I can understand what can possibly be the next drawn liquidity. So it's basically a breakout. Okay, MSS is basically, this low is getting broken, is considered basically a breakout. Now in this, what is the most important thing? Displacement coming into the market, right? So you have to understand what is displacement. Now in order flow terms, people call it initiative, and in normal price action term, we call it displacement. A lot of things, what you call doesn't really matter. What matter is this push confirms the shift in structure. Okay, so in order to understand this displacement or initiative, whatever you want to call it, we have to understand there is a few key reasons that's why it will happen. The first key reason, let's start with the footprint chart. There is something called effort and result. Effort and result mean, you see this dark colors here. These dark colors provides that there was a lots of effort done. Dark colors means like people was heavily buying or heavily selling. Why someone is heavily buying or heavily selling here? Because there is someone who is waiting here with his limit orders that is getting filled with him. Like let's say there is someone sitting with 1000 quantity. Okay, lots, contracts, whatever that is, we just call it 1000 quantity. What's going on, as we go in here, he has to get filled by that 1000 quality, 1000 quantity. So what's going on here, aggressive markets coming, and they are giving him liquidity. Like he want to get filled, they are giving him liquidity. Okay, so what's going on, let's say they come with 500. So first they put 500, second they put another 500. Let's say first they here put 500, then 200, then another 300. That's how his whole order get met. Okay, now if this one get met and now buyers again come with more orders, aggressive buyer come with more orders, what are you gonna do? He's filled, there is nothing he can resist with, so price will break through. But if he has come with, let's say, 10,000 quantity and we only were able to provide him uh, uh, 1000 quantity, what will happen? The aggressive buying will not be able to hold with him, and price will go lower from here to find liquidity where he can get filled, right? So that's a basic understanding of absorption. Now effort and results mean, if there was here if in this resistance, whatever you call it, let's say in this limit order, their price was able to break, that means they were giving effort and it showed the result. But if price reverses from there, that means they're giving a lots of effort but the result is zero. So and another case, sometimes there will be very less and sometimes you're gonna see that there is no one here. Let's say if there was no one here that is able to provide them resistance, so price will easily break through this level with very minimum amount of effort because there is no one against them. right? So when we are reversing, I want to see there is absorption happen. That means buyers, in this scenario, buyers give him a lot of effort, but their effort eventually get failed. Okay. And then I want to see sellers get into the market, they accept lower prices, and they break through this. And how they break through this, I don't want to see any form of heavy absorption here. There could be minor, but I don't want to see heavy absorption. I want to see something like this, light colors. Now, light color means there is very less effort provided and there was a lots of result. If you see specifically into this level, we broke through, look at this level, that we was able to break through all of these highs with very less effort. All this light color shows that there was not a lot of buying going on into the market. Buyers were easily able to put the price higher. That means there is no resistance. Okay, there is no resistance. So I want to see something like this in the breakout, that price breaks through this level of high or low with very minimum effort. Okay, because if they have to put a lot of effort, that means there is someone waiting here. If they have to put a lot of effort but price is not going anywhere, that means something is wrong there, right? Something is not right, because someone was holding here. You can have minor 1 2 dark colors like this, that's not a problem, right? There could be someone sitting with, let's say, like 10 20 lots, and that got filled. That was kind of giving the aggressive buying a little bit of aggressiveness, and they had to just do a little bit of hard work, but the effort will eventually come. So that comes the displacement. First idea, that you want to see that light colors come into the market and it expands. Okay, it expands. That's why you call it the aggressiveness into the market. If you look visually, that's an aggressive push, but when you look it in the this perspective, you can literally say that there was heavy light colors. That means there was a very minimum effort provided. Alongside with this, what we need heavy volume come into the market. Heavy volume means there was a lots of participation into the market, which I have already told why. And there is an, besides that, there is another thing, that you would like to see heavy delta, something like this. Look at this, minus 463, 265, 455, 143, 134. All of a sudden we get a 1.3k 1.3k positive delta. That means inside this heavy volume, most of them were buyers, and buyers were, and this light color shows that buyer were easily was able to break through this level, right? So my idea is to see that I am not looking much up here. My perspective of how am I using this, I understand the concept, and now it's time for me to understand that how am I gonna work with this one, how am I gonna use this, how am I gonna use this. My idea is, this is where I want to see absorption. Now I really don't like to see, like there's a little bit problematic, like higher dark colors coming in. I don't focus on that. I just focus on this. I have my market structure sheet. This structural context is working that absorption thing for me. I really not much caring about here. What am I caring about? This level I'm caring about. High, low, higher, high. Okay, that's low. Now I want to see this leg get broken. Now when I want to see this low get broken, and it's actually getting broken, that's when I put all of my confirmation. And as all of my confirmation comes together, that gives me a signal this displacement is valid. And if this displacement is valid, that is giving me the shift in structure is valid, and that's giving me the context, that giving me the confidence to enter into the trade, right? So what I want to see, simple, I want to see first heavy volume come into the price. Okay, first is I want to see initiative. First I want to see displacement, absolutely. I want to see, alongside with that, I would like to see a heavy volume come into the price. How am I looking? I'm using my own indicator to understand that it's above the average volume traded. Okay, that's my first confirmation. Second, I would like to see two things. Either there has to be heavy positive delta, or there could be delta divergence. That means sometimes you can see that price has exponentially displaced higher and you see negative delta. Now that's kind of is like a delta divergence, that sellers were trying to sell, but buyers push the price higher. So that's a divergence between delta. That's also worked out. Okay, either I would like to see either a divergence, or I would like to see that heavy delta, something like this. Usually heavy deltas like this are actually pretty good. Okay, something like this, and light color. Now when you actually have a proper displacement, the light colors will come. Okay, the light colors will be there. So you can just have a visual idea that gives you confidence. So this one, volume and displacement, again these two are main key. I am seeing displacement coming and I am seeing that volume having like breaking through this level. Let's say this candle is breaking through this level. I want to see this candle expands and I want to see this candle has a lots of volume. Then I can just check out the delta. If it's good, that's good. If it's negative, in this case if it's positive, then that's also good because that's showing a divergence. Okay, and second thing what I am using is imbalances. Now imbalances can help you understand some entries. Okay, because there is a lot of only like low volume imbalances, high volume imbalances, and stops. So what I'm looking to see, like if there is imbalances, what can imbalances this? Is this a stop or is this heavy volume? Now heavy volume imbalances get respected and stops get filled. It doesn't necessarily hasn't have to like it always gonna fill, but it's a nature of getting filled. Like I'll show you one up here into the 5 minute time frame. Back from this level, I guess somewhere around here, there was a lots of imbalances. Okay, I made it 14, right? Ah, this is 14 is not, this is how much pips? This one's, I guess this one's like more than one pip. One pip per block. So this one is showing 1 pip per block data. That's a little bit too much, I guess, for the lower time frame. I can make it like 7. 7 seems good. 5 minutes, 8 seems good, right? So look at this. All of these are stops. So price is a natural idea of filling all these zeros into the market. Okay. So if you look that, okay, your there was volume, then there was displacement, and now you are a little bit now you are gonna enter into the price, and looking at footprint you see there is uh, looking at the footprint you find out that there is at the let's say there is the displacement happen and you see there's a lots of stops. So you know that those stops are about to get filled. So instead of taking this trade here, you can take the trade here, which can give you a better RR. Okay, which can provide you a better RR. Sometimes you can see there is heavy volume, so you know those heavy volume levels is heavy imbalances levels about to be respected, so you can also take your trade out of here, no problem. If it's a proper MSS, I usually just take the trade out of the breaker block cuts. Most of the time those breaker block areas are heavy respected areas, so not much of thinking, just taking the trade. So anyway, what do you find out from this context, that the major thing is looking at the volume. Volume has to be there. Without a lots of volume, there cannot be a lot of what momentum. There cannot be the displacement cannot be. If there is not a volume, that means there's something wrong with the price. Okay, so I am not want to get into those fake outs. And what I want to do next is understand how much deltas are there. Is it negative, positive? If it's negative, that's divergence, good. If it's heavy volume, I would like to see heavy delta, because that's our initiative. So there has to be like one side has to be strong, so that will be shown by delta. And then the light colors, you open the footprint, you can literally see there is light colors or not, right? I can see like when you're breaking uh, let's say this is a level, you broke uh, you broke, and light color, you see some dark colors, don't get afraid by them. That's all right. That means buyers are accepting higher price. There is someone who is a little, and then this could be just a push. That's it, right? All you just want to see that buyers accept higher prices. So those, that color context is just a contextual idea of seeing color. That color code is just a contextual idea to understand, okay, there is a very less effort was provided by the buyers. That means there was no limit orders there. which is a good sign. So that's a contextual purpose. The main purpose is to see how much amount of volume we are having besides the structure. If you look, there is nice displacement, you can understand, okay, bye, that's like that's good. If there's this the big displacement, something like this, like you if you look at the 1 hour time frame, that's a huge candle with nice volume, so you just know that this is a proper displacement. Now the moment you open up the footprint charts, you can understand how much deltas were there, so that gives you a detailed idea about the volume, how much buyers or sellers were difference inside this volume in the heavy buying, and there's you seeing light colors, who's giving you, oh, wow, like there was no resistance around this level when price broke through this area, right? So that show uh, less efforts from the buyers, and there is no limit was sitting around here that was giving problems to the buyers, right? Trading view doesn't provide the delta bars. If they had, that would be a nice, like if there was delta bars, I really don't need to see the footprint chart or anything. Like you can look at the check out the imbalances. Those are some good things actually. Imbalances is may get like 400 stacked imbalance are like 3. Check out the imbalances. If they're like stacked, that's a good sign to see that. Bid and ask. You really don't need to have to see the numbers anyway. Just look at the colors. Okay, that's why footprint chart have colors, so you understand it through the colors, because it's hard to read, per tick by tick. Now one thing is you have to understand the blocks, which time frame, which block side should I, like in this case, if I look at the hourly time frame and I choose 14, okay, like sorry, if I choose 14, which seems good, because if you make it too small, that will give you too much data. If you make it too big, that will give you less data, so you have to understand the middle perspective. This one seems good. And per block, how much data you are getting? You are getting approximately 1.5 pip worth of data in the hourly candle, right? So if you are in the 5 minute, how much pips data you want, it depends on, right? So right now I'm not looking at the footprint. My idea is to not looking at the footprint everywhere, because I have my structural perspective, right? So I'm trying to understand my structure and order flow together. If someone's solely trading out of order flow, he might look as price coming, he might want to see aggressive buying coming, he would wait for that thing and everything. I don't wait for that. I have my shift in structure to work with that. I have my shift in structure, I have my displacement. After that displacement comes, break through that level, after this structural perspective is done, now it's time for me to understand what? Now it's time for me to understand, is there heavy buying coming? My understanding is to see first volume come in, delta, and then like break through the breakout, how buyers was doing. Where they are making too much effort or they are less efforts, right? This is what you can understand, right? One thing you can see that you see a little bit of a dark, you see nice displacement, and you see here and there a little bit of dark colors, maybe on 3-4 pips here dark colors. That means someone was there who was providing kind of opposite, who was kind of getting in the way, and buyers, let's say in this case, there is some and let's say there are some dark boxes, so you can understand that there was someone sitting here who was kind of providing the problems. Buyers were able to give them the liquidity, he got filled, and buyer came with even more size, shows that buyers accepting higher prices came with even more size and push the price even higher. So that's a contextual idea. I said that's, use it as a context. Okay, don't try to jump on trade like, oh, this is the context. Okay. So right now, as I said, to wait and watch, delete all these things. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, we are coming back into this fair value gap, hard to say which one gonna get respected. So my idea is to look for, we got like 5 more minutes, so I'll just wait for 5 more minutes and then I'll have a proper idea what to do. Like, okay, and if you look at the 5 minute time frame, what do you see? There's nothing you can work with, right? So it's very important to understand where you're gonna sit down and watch the price action let work out, and when you actually need to come and start doing your things. Okay. 5 more minutes. So as you can see that we just made this 1 hour fair value gap here. So my idea is to just to look at this level right now, and if I respect this, I can look to see price go up here all the way back into this 4 hour fair value gap. If you see us disrespecting this, the first target would be this low here, and yeah, now reversal from this level is uh, as we will come and reverse from here, we will again will go inside the previous daily uh, value area low. So if I see there is a reversal coming back in from this level, that's a little bit uh, good thing, right? Because we're coming into discount to go back in. But if I see disrespecting this one, this is kind of showing that price still wanna go a little bit more lower. So this is when I can look to see us go all the way down here. So from here I'm going to the 5 minute time frame as we have entered into this fair value gap. From here it all depends on the same thing. I just want to see a 5 minute high get put in. Obviously I just want to see a 5 minute high get put in, then we sweep it, and then we can like if there is this high is not present, then I cannot say where the shifting structure is happening, right? So for the high has to be a very important thing. Then I look like to see the internal sweep break. This is when I look to see the displacement, volume come into the price, and all the contexts that I use, right, to clarify the displacement. So right now just wait and watch what happens. 15 minutes there is not much thing to be doing. So in the 5 minute time frame, also looking at this GBP USD, trying to find out, do we have any form of divergence? Whoa, there is an external divergence going on with the price. Okay, as you can see here with this high, we are having this divergence, which is actually this low and this high. Now that's an external divergence. That means as we came into this POI, we having external with the outside. This divergence coming from the outside. This is external divergence. I personally call it external divergence, and one is internal divergence. That means when you come here and you see uh, a divergence forming inside the POI. So what happens? This one, the internal divergence is actually pretty good. Sometimes when you have external divergence, you still look to see a proper shifting structure happens. So that's when you should actually wait and watch rather than doing anything, right? So there, it's still a lot things need to be done. So I'll just wait and watch. Now, if you're a water flow trader, you'll just open up water flow and start looking. Oh, where's the coming? No, I'm just trying to understand it through বলো So as you can see here, like it's been around the time when I'll be get out of the trade, like within 15 minutes. So I wouldn't take anything at all in the first place. So as you can see that there was this divergence going on, but even though price displaced lower, that means external divergence. Sometimes you always look to see if there is any internal divergence or not. As I explained what is an internal divergence, it's much better to have to understand if there is an internal divergence or not, right? Right now I'm seeing there is an external divergence, I'll take it, but here I'm seeing there is this, like, still there is no high that can be broken. This high that needs to be broken for consider us to displace higher, right? Still don't see any high broken, so that's one thing that's kind of giving me a little bit of crease here. And right now looking to see this fair value gap getting ran through, this one getting respected. Now here I'm a little bit confused anyway, like mm, I'm a little bit confused here as well. Like, look at this. 5 minute, we have external divergence. Okay, we kind of, when we came and if I thought there is this external divergence, we had break above this fair value gap, so I should have buy here. But this one didn't work out, so I waited to see if there is any internal divergence going on. Wait a second, what the fuck? So right now here I don't see any internal divergence. See, there is another internal divergence as well, but uh, didn't worked out. Here we came again lower again. This time we still having that external divergence, but this time we also break above this level, right? But we still don't see there is any 5 minute high that can be broken. So that's where I'm a little bit that's where I'm a little bit cautious here. Seems like we're displacing higher. So maybe if external divergence, I would wait to see like there is some displacement happen, some form of 5 minute things form, and based on that we can put some trade on. Because I literally don't see literally anything happening into the 5 minute time frame. There is also no internal divergence as well, but there is this external divergence absolutely going on right now. Seems like here you also see as you see we also having the divergence 1 minute time frame. You see internal sweep displacement higher, you might take this trade here. This one didn't worked out, so this time we also had like 5 minute time frame. This time we also had no high to break, so I was like a little bit there, right? So there is a little bit confusion going on, like what should I do, what should I do, should I like here right now, hard to say what to do right now. Looking to see there is some divergence. My idea was to see that high got formed that we can break. Okay, that high got formed that in the 5 minute time frame that we can break to consider us to have the displacement. That's a like, it's hard to say we are gonna break above this high to consider the shifting structure, but right now I'm seeing there is this I won't consider this one displacement, but something coming. Okay, some push coming anyway. Looking at this GBP USD chart right now, this 5 minute kinda don't getting disrespected yet. This one's kinda getting respect. If we can close above, that would be a nice thing. So here it didn't work out. Let's say there is the external divergence and you would consider the same thing, right? Displace above this high, you would buy, but we also had volume and everything, so we could have stopped out. Right now we came again. This time we had this again divergence. I saw like the footprint is looking like 7 for 1 minute time frame. 7 will be a little bit too big, I guess. 7 will be a bit too big, but you see this zeros here. That's how's the delta is looking anyway. But 50, so that's some heavy. There's some nice delta here and volume coming in here as well. And we're seeing that at the breakout, we are having some dark colors here. We had one this dark color, okay, and some buying. There's someone who is kinda was there, but price was able to break through them, right? Then price were a little bit sideways here. So after that, we kind of respected this area and kind of I used to see displacement come and break through this fair value gap. That's okay with me. Having some nice delta anyway, having zeros as well. That means we'll come back to fill that. So my idea is if there is zero, that means we'll come back to fill it. This time it will work pretty nicely, right? You see, this time it would like pretty amazingly would have worked, right? This time if you you know that this the zeros can get filled, right? These zeros, this you got this 70, you got this zero, you got this one. So this imbalance is most likely gonna get filled. So you could have inside this fair value gap, you could have take this share of this fair value gap imbalance and put a stop accordingly. This is where you get filled in pretty much, and after that it's pretty good. Right now it would have worked right. Look, here it didn't work out, here now it's working. So hard to say what's gonna happen, right? Literally hard to say what can happen because we still don't have any high that can be broken first of all. So here with the external and internal divergence, I'm a bit confused here. Okay, I'm literally a bit confused because I'm seeing there is like divergence going on with the price, but maybe this time this fair value gap was not able to break as well. But this time if you look here, this 5-minute fair value gap was able to got broken as we are having the displacement, right? So that must be a thing to check out. But this time it would have worked out pretty nicely. I still don't see that high get formed. So that means if we are really so this time I can consider this one like divergence is there, so most likely not gonna come and can continue higher. That's really a tough question to think of. 5-minute time frame here, so hard to say, right? I would wanted to see like there's some internal divergence form and then we have this. So maybe yes, maybe not. It's literally hard to say, right? Didn't work out here. We just came a little bit lower, then we start having it. Maybe there was lack of. Maybe there could be like lack of. See these dark colors here. I don't care about the dark colors anyway. That's why I'm a little bit shocked, you know. So maybe that I would like to check if there's this 5-minute fair value gap but form. Okay, I can look to see like we sweep this high, come back, respect, and then displace higher maybe. That confirm this divergence, and I like to see price to go higher rather than that. Although this time this time if you okay, there is this we came back, we entered, we are having divergence, we are going to the 1-minute time frame, looking to see the displacement, looking to see the volume came, looking to see the displacement volume. It's everything's good. Then check out that is check out this buy sub here. This is where I'm having it, but there is too much resistance if you look at this, right? See this heavy dark colors, only dark colors here, very late light color. That means there is somebody who is waiting here, right? See how's the delta is looking as you're breaking 123. That's nice delta as you're breaking, right? Yeah, but there's like a heavy volume, heavy delta, but price is kind of getting slow down. So this kind of tell you like this is what it looks like. You see this breakout kind of come in from this area, and right from this fair value gap it's getting broken and everything. We're having seeing volume, but there's a lots of dark colors coming into the price. That means like specifically here's like there's a lots of dark colors. That means there's somebody who is sitting here, somebody, there's something's going on. So what you can do, you can wait to check out how this fair value gap So end up that could be one thing maybe as we are breaking. In here eventually though, that's a different story. There's, you said there's a lots of light colors here as you're breaking, right? Light colors are there. There was not like one light colored zone. Here I'm seeing a lots of light color. Maybe I can make it 7 to 3, get a little bit better idea. See a lot of light colors, and here there was also a lot of light colors as well, right? Depends on the chart as well. Maybe 3 is a little bit too less, maybe 5. Now hard to say, right? There's lots of aggressive buying here. Okay, lots of aggressive buying. Overall, how does it looks? Block. Hmm. Also, there's this dark colors come in, and then we just kind of slow down here, as you can see, right? Then it came back here and into the zeros. Uh, Respected that, right? 0 0. There is this heavy delta volume, like this is a heavy volume imbalance. Respected that. This displacement seems like, you see, light color as it came, respected. Light color started coming, not have much of a volume though. That's a little bit of mm, here I'm actually a bit confused here. We have that imbalance. Okay, we have the divergence here. We have a equal low up, equal high up here. Maybe I'd like to see us come back, respect and displace higher, most likely. Although the divergence is confirmed right now as we have broke up here, right? So in scenarios like this, I'm still a bit confused to see what to do. Anyway, I'm a bit confused to see what can I do here. Okay, a bit confused actually. Like here, this time this would have worked out. This time, both of the cases were nice. We are having divergence. If I let's say I just there is divergence going on, right? This time this is work out. This time there was divergence, no highs and nothing, and this time this one working out. If you take it, there is loss. If you take it, there is win. So, but if you look like to see some form of internal divergence, there should be going on. Then here you also had internal divergence as well, bro. Right? So that's hard to say. That's literally hard to say what can happen. Maybe I want to see a proper high get form that you can actually break. I'm not looking to see this high get broken. I'm a little bit nervous there, so maybe you can use this. Maybe you can use the GBP pair as well to understand that. Like, okay, if we are coming here, and how are you doing? Seems like there is nothing going on here as well, although you're breaking. Then you come here, I also don't see like 5 minute fair value gap getting ran through over here. So maybe I waited and that's not bad actually. Okay, I guess we should just wait and watch. Let's see, like now with this push, divergence is pretty much confirmed here, so I can look to see price come here, respect this and this plus higher, right? Because we have swapped this high here. 5 minute, okay. uh, 15 minute also got this high up here, so these are like internal targets for me. How am I actually doing it? This is my all the way up external. This is the 1 hour break of structure. This is the 15-minute high. This is the 5 minute break of structure. That means respect this plus, right? Respect this plus and then continue if we do it. So maybe after this divergence was confirmed, I was not seeing any internal or anything. After this push as the divergence kind of confirmed, so I can look to see how you're respecting this one, right? So maybe not that bad. Let's see what happens. It's already 8:30, so let's see what you can do. Okay. If you're really having the divergence and everything, I would like to see as respect and display higher. Absolutely right. Side of daily. See, from there we have pushed higher, so high probability was here though. Okay, high probability was here quite a bit. So USD can enter into that fair value gap here. So a 30-second time frame, see what you can find out. Right, I would like to see this fair value gap respected. If this doesn't get respected, so I have a like I have an idea like mostly there's something wrong can happen. Mostly we can came even lower and we can start to doing a lot of things around this level. So this 30-second time frame here, check out what you're having here. You do having divergence, that's for sure. Okay, literally having divergence, which is sure. So let's check it out what you can find out. Okay, coming lower we are having a lots of volume. Price kind of gets slow down here. That's a part of absorption through volume, rather than you showing the candles dark color, red color. You can also understand we're having above average volume, but seems like price is not displacing alongside with that. This is a little bit of accumulation going on, so let's see what happens. There's multiple levels here. 1 minute. 1 minute seems better than 30 seconds, so let's actually wait. There we go, coming lower. Maybe I'd look to see internal sweep and everything here is sweeping internal here as well. Divergence wise, it's not bad. The moment we come below this low, we're pretty much all the divergence is gone. So from there, I just want to see a proper. Are you really breaking out or something? This is most likely gonna get filled anyway. Seeing this light color coming, that's a part of showing that there is not much of resistance was there for us to hold it. So let's see what happens. We're coming back into, but volume has to be there if we're breaking anyway, but which I really don't see any. I don't fucking care anything about that. This gap here, there's some zeros there. See, most likely can get filled. That's a heavy dot, heavy volume. That's a high volume. What they say, imbalance. 420, 4 and 20, right? 4 and 27. Let's see what happens. Look at the 30-second time frame. I just like to see this fair value. This is like multiple fair value gaps. I like to see this fair value gap get ran through. Okay. For us to consider this. But there is not any divergence. Like this is a equal low, man, right? No, there is no divergence going on right now. Okay. There is no divergence going on right now. So I can consider this one as an internal sweep, but this high needs to be broken. So most likely I can look to see some high get formed because I literally don't see any divergence. This low taken, all the low that was having the divergence has been taken. So I'll just wait and watch what happens. Okay. 5 minute. I'm also looking at the 5 minute candle here. If I see this one get respected, this 5 minute fair value gap, so I can look to see a new high going. This is the same thing under the core of my strategy, understanding what's getting respected, what getting disrespected. Okay, what getting respected and what getting disrespected. What you can see here anyway. Renko chart. Maybe you can open it up to check out what's going on with the Renko. See this one turning, that's a good thing. Right? Let's actually check it out today. Why there's CBD and everything? 30-second time frame. No divergences. Okay. No divergences here. 5 minute, and a new 5 minute candle opens here, so I need to wait to see 4 more minutes to see what happens. There is no divergence, that's why you really need to see there's the high get formed that it can broke. So this is the high that can be broke to consider the shift in structure. This could be the final internal sweep here, so let's see. That's something interesting. But the same thing again, I just want to see heavy volume come as we are breaking. Okay, exponential volume come, we break above this high, we have displacement, we have high delta, divergence or break, right? Heavy volume come into the price, heavy volume, heavy. Okay, heavy volume come into the price. Okay, let's go charts. Looking to see there's no divergence. Okay, there's not even a single divergence to the price. Wait a second. No, there is no divergence. This is the low. Pyramiding. Slow down here. What are you having? What are you seeing here? Hmm. Dark colors. Dark. Dark red. Someone's trying to sell. Dark red colors. See? I want to see that initiative happen. Anyway. Dark red colors coming, bro. Breaking through this. Yeah. 66, 70, 77, 78, 84, 97, 100. Lots of aggressive buying has to coming into this level. That means there is something going on around this level. If someone is kind of that liquidity is coming. That liquidity is coming. Okay. That liquidity is coming. That liquidity is coming. Price is trying to break through that level. Buyers buying. Buyers buying. He's providing. And finally, there is this light color came. The top we have a bet here. So just want to see how we break above this high. There is a lots of volume, much need to come anyway. Very significant has happened. See these dark colors at the top. This is not good for a breakout. Okay, that means there's someone in there is doing something wrong there. So, and anyway, you can just look at this. We have no displacement here, so that's not good at all in the first place. Why you have to see the colors anyway? So that's the thing, right? You can just literally see there is no displacement coming. My idea is to see displacement first. Displacement volume, that's it. And if there is displacement, you're gonna see there's some light colors coming. You know, by looking at this, there's some absorption going on. There's not high volume, that's right, but look at the footprint, you can understand. Arigato gozaimasu. Wait till 9 today, guess. Let's see what happens out. Are we forming some form of divergence? What is that high here? Something's going on here. If we can sweep, if we can come here, that would be something. That would be a bigger time frame divergence. That would be a kind of divergence here. Let's see. Okay, we do having a bit of divergence here, but as we came here, but only when I can look to see there's some level get broken. Okay, this was 37. Like this is not a concept. I just want to see like this is a simple shifting structure model. That means There has to be a candle like this, lots of volume. That's the thing, bruh. That's the thing. You're gonna see, like, if you had delta bars, I really don't have to pull out these footprint charts anyway. You can see at the bars, you can see this like big bar, big volume, small bar, small volume, red bar, divergence. Mm. That makes a lot of sense. Do having that what I want to see. Settings apply to all. Fucker. This is not something, this is anything. So maybe I can just wait and watch what happens. Do having some divergence. That considers some displacement to the upside for sure. And that displacement also should consider a lot of volume as well. This is like the average volume that has been traded. If this is significant, if this is the push that is taking this high here, there has to be above average volume. That participations has to be above average. A lot of people come in, right? Let's see. Arigato gozaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu. Let's see. 5 minutes still hasn't broke through that 5 minute fair value gap yet. This 1 5 minute close through that level, that's right, but there's a bit of sense there as well. Arigato gozaimasu. This slowdown means, there is something going on. There is something going. Okay. Let's open the footprint chart here. Dark colors up here, dark colors down here. Okay. Okay. Finding out that perfect block size is actually important. So this is where I'm a little bit something. So just want to see some level get broken even then. Take a lot of things to talk. Damn. That's a pretty bad thing, eh? Ah. Hmm. Hmm. Nigga. There's something wrong going on here. Absolutely, because we have we also have internal divergence going on with the price here. Okay, external, internal, both is there. Look at this. One divergence is coming here, another divergence is coming here. That needs to show me something nice. This is some nice volume came, but where did it? Oh, sorry, that doesn't mean the volume came into the wrong side anyway. Want to see some heavy break above this high if we are having this displacement. This is a continuation. So look at the 1 minute time from here. break above this fair value gap and I can look to see what happens. 1 minute. How much is the settings? 80. Okay, finally seeing something. But volume is not there. Volume is not there. Light color at breakout. Instead of I can make it 4. Hard to say, bro. Light color turn green. Buyers are accepting higher prices, but volume is not, seems like respecting that idea. But I'm gonna take one trade here. Okay, I'm gonna take one trade just to find out a thing today. What the fuck is wrong at this level? Maybe. Okay, that got failed. I'm gonna take one trade, but as we broke above that, you're gonna directly trade up here. What's your target? Stop. Giving me some nice RR, but I'd like to take this trade probably from this low here. Some heavy volume coming anyway, so I can look to say to take this trade. Trade limit order 250 7525. Send order. Got the limit here. There's a reason I'm buying here. Let's see. Confirm. Got filled in here. That high, there's a reason. Now this is a another reason that I took this trade. Okay, this is, I do see there is not volume coming as we are breaking out here, so there's another reason I took this. Let's see. There is something pretty exponential going on with this price right now. They go all the way up here, man, bruh. There's another divergence going on with the price. I'm just actually just checking out one idea here. That's why I took this trade. My idea, in my wise, there is no trade. Okay, model wise there is no trade because no volume at the breakout. Okay, no volume at the breakout. By this time we have gone all the way up here. Only reason I took this trade, let's see, that's out of the model thing. I just want to check out something. I don't care if there is like, hey, blah, whatever, light colored, dark color, machudao. I just want to see a volume come into the price. This kind of volume and is are breaking out. No volume, go fuck yourself. That means there was a not a lot of participation was there. Okay, I'm just looking to see how does this one walk. 75 if not, doesn't seems like we're coming though, but I was working based on the 30-second time frame. But when I came back in the 1 minute, 30-second, when I came back to the 1 minute perspective, when I came back to the 1 minute perspective, 30-second wanted to see this level get broken. It broke down. I took it. So it should continue in that direction, right? most of the time which has happened. So let's see actually. There is a deep bit different confluence behind it, but I would like to see how does it works anyway. Model wise, right now, uh, model wise there is no entry at this level where I took it. I just said there's a different thing that I'm checking out. That's why I took this trade. Most likely by this time I'll say just namaskar. I have no trades for the day. Okay, because as we are going up here, there's a different whole kind of different divergence going on with the price here. So which is telling me this is like there's a lots of below divergence, over divergence. This is kind of an indication of starting to chop, and we also got, you know, that FOMC. That's why. So regular trading hour is closed and everything. I have no trades at this breakout and nothing, no volume of the breakout and everything. So my idea is to just sit down. I took this trade only for a reason, and I want to see how does it plays out. Hmm. Tested it live, so there's a whole different reason for taking this trade anyway. 1 मिनट की पीवाई को ऑर्डर ब्रेक मल्टीपल चीज़ें हैं, तो अगर मैं 1 मिनट के हिसाब से लिया था तो शायद मुझे 1 मिनट के लिए यहाँ पर चेंज होने के लिए वेट करना चाहिए था, राइट? मे बी दैट्स अ peculiar question. I see rook, this one's not turning, so we consider it. Let's see if it turns. Right, right not. Let's see if it बाप रे बाप, ये delay है क्या? No, it's not delayed. Pins in a very particular way. Hard to say, right? Waiting for this one to turn. If it turns, that's the confirmation. तो वहाँ से जब ब्रेकआउट हुआ तब टर्न होगा ना, ये लो को जब ब्रेकआउट होते हुए देखना चाहते हो तभी तो हिसाब से तो इस पे टर्न। हाँ तो डिपेंड, कहाँ पर डिपेंड ऑन मेरा एनालिसिस। टर्निंग ये दे सकता है। इक्कीस हजार। ऊपर में उतना पुश या तो नीचे पे तो कुछ प्रिंट ही नहीं करेगा because it doesn't believe on time। तभी ये कैंडल बनाना है अदरवाइज उस लेवल के नीचे भी आ रहा है, उस रेशियो के नीचे कंप्लीट उस लेवल तक पहुंचेगा। मतलब ये कितने पिप्स का है बताओ जरा। ये एक कैंडल बनता है आपका एक 1.5 पिप, मतलब इसके नीचे जब 1.5 पिप का मूव होगा तभी ये कैंडल बनेगा। इसके ऊपर जब 1.5, इसके ऊपर जब 1.5 पिप का मूव आया तभी ये कैंडल बना। अच्छा तो बनता है इसे रेशियो के साथ ये बनता है, समझा? समझा। So anyway, we just like far away. Where should he be right now? Actually, there's a thing I just said that trying to. I'm just trying out a new thing, so that's why, and that's all right, no problem. Usually here we had no trade according to our model, but I'm just trying to understand a few things. That's why I took this. So 1.5 pips. 1.5 pips. Wait a second. 1.5. 1.5 pips above that. Let me something around 1.5 pips above that. This area. Ah. 1.5 above that. If it not, then there will be consolidation. During that time, उसके below अगर उसके नीचे अगर 1.5 पे कुछ बना तो अच्छा समझा. Hmm. I got it. Now, if I look at the footprint and the delta in this label, we got 75 is the normal. There is no volume. Without volume, delta, green, lead, whatever that is, there's no fucking problem with it. So we gonna chop because you're getting ready for the FOMC, I guess. I'm just trying out this Renko here, so that's why. Yeah, just maybe some other idea, like when you're here, when we're this one. Let's just take some other idea here. When we're here, we're having that divergence. There is no changes. We kinda about that. It closed. We'll push this post level from here. We 1.5. This one closed here. Got it, got it. Yeah. Yes, yes. So anyway, 1.5. After that, we is able to push 1.5, 1.5. As it goes 1.5 and 1.5. This time it goes 2.5. Okay, 2.5 pips. So if I see from this level, if it goes 2.5 from this level, this here, this is where it is opened 2.5, it printed, right? And then you can take the trade as it closes, and then right here, that's the first print confirmation. That's the what do you call the divergence. So here whatever. Yes. So here, so if I look here exactly, is the key to everything. Now I want to pick moved. So here, as you can see, we had volumes, and here we also had volume, but this one would not have worked out, but this one would like really worked out pretty nice as you close above this. We had volume, so this would be the trade maybe. Now you can just take your trade out of this fair value gap, put your stop, no problem, and ride it. Okay. Or or really need to look chop that. You can see there's this light colors, but that depends on how much tick per row. Tick per row. One block here. How much now? This in this 4 setting, this one's giving you 0.4 pips worth of data. Yes, depends on. Now if you know this, if you just use footprint chart, you could have just know there is this heavy volume here for 15, so just a 4.9 trade. Okay, that's your 3.7 hour, that's your 5 hour. See, so that's, this is how the footprint can help you. Just if you see it, you just can take, specifically in the fair value gap trades. But if you have the breaker block, man, that thing is the super clean. But if you have like divergence entry, you actually try to take this trade at the fair value gaps or things, so that's when it can be helpful. Just take out the volume, or like volume means like uh what is there is like imbalances like this that needs to be filled, or imbalances like this where you can see, or you can just see like where's the most amount of buying has happened in this field. That's a different story there. uh, Most amount of buying has happened to, whereas the most amount of buying has happened. ब्रेकआउट में तो सब होता ही नहीं है, अगर तुम प्रोफाइल यूज करते हो, प्रोफाइल यूज करते हो तो तुम बोलोगे यहाँ बाई करने के लिए, लेकिन ऐसा कुछ होता नहीं है, राइट? So you can just buy back here, right? But if you take this trade, here I just actually waited to see a little bit longer, and here as we are having that divergence, okay, as we are having that divergence, understand that as we are here having like this divergence, I thought like this is external divergence, we should have something internal. By this time we just came a little bit more lower. Here I was seeing to see that 5-minute forms that are high, so I can look to see that one gets ran through or anything. But this time we kinda end up having the displacement. I was looking to see a lead push and higher, but by this time we didn't have any internal divergence, but external divergence here working out. So with this perspective of thinking, like when you are having inside a POI your divergence and outside the PO of divergence, that's when you can actually, what you can actually, that's it. What you can do, here was also divergence, here was also divergence. You might say, okay, this one might be working, didn't work out, that's all right. There's a loss there. Maybe we saw this, we came, maybe this time I saw this push displacement upside. This time this kind of showing, okay, this is the time. If this one's screening broken, I can look to see price go for this high. So as soon as it hits this stop break even, I would just want to see this one get broken for us to go higher, right? So that's the validation invalidation idea. So maybe there is, it's not too much far away. Maybe can happen, maybe, right? Because I've seen this, like there's this external divergence and price will like do the perfect thing and go, or maybe form some internal divergence. That's why I thought to see, like, to wait and do something. But by this time the move has been done, and after that's done, I was looking to see if this getting respect or not. In the 30-second, no sign of respectance, so no trade. By this time the time is over, so that's it for the whole session.